Well, I bet this is a face that some of you guys thought you'd never see again. This is the Atari Junkie, and I'm here with an update video after almost 8 years. Guys, it has been a fantastic 8 years, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to call over somebody. Hey, come over here. You guys have seen my daughter when she was young, but look, this is my 6-year-old son. Wait, sorry, 6.5-year-old son, Mr. Ian.
Hi.
So, I'm going to be showing off what Atari games I've got now, and hopefully I'll start making some more videos here in the future. So, sit back, relax, and we'll see exactly what I've been able to get over the years. So there we go, we'll start at the top here. I've got some stuff on top of some of my games like this. That came from a Donkey Kong piggy bank, and I have that on top of the stack that has Donkey Kong. Anyways, so some of the notable games. Boing up there, which plays a lot like Q*bert. It is actually, I think, better than Q*bert on the 2600. Battle Zone's a real good one. Of course, Adventure. Some of these that are turned around, like this one is Armor Battle. Or no, that's not right, because our Armor Ambush is there. I can't remember which one that is at the moment. But they're the M Network games so that these stacks can work. Berserk is definitely a real good one that's up there. Boxing is surprisingly fun. I actually say that anybody should play boxing on the 2600. Top-down view, very simple game to play, but it's fantastic. Asteroids, or as I like to call them, popcorn balls, because you're shooting what looks to be popcorn balls. Atlantis kind of underneath there is another good one. 2 baseballs. I don't know why I've got 2 baseballs. Burger Time, there's better versions of Burger Time, but I still like popping in the 2600 version from time to time. Enduro's a real good game right there. I think a little bit better than the 2600 version of Pole Position. Crackpot's right under here underneath Cosmic Swarm. That's another, that's a real good underrated game, I believe, on the system. There's supposedly the worst game of all time, E.T., but it's far from it. There are much worse games even on this system. I think one of them is actually Donkey Kong. There's better Donkey Kongs out there, of course. Commando Raid is probably US Games or VidTech's best game they ever did. It's actually not too bad. Of course, there's a classic Combat, which I have another version of that as well. Dig Dug, I actually enjoy playing the 2600 version of Dig Dug more than any other version. Don't know why, but I do. Defender and Defender 2, a nice 1-2 punch of great games there. Centipede, although there are better versions of Centipede, that is a fantastic version of it. Nice, frantic, fast action. Up there is Crypts of Chaos, I believe, which, And we've got these 2 stacks here. Gyrus is a very fun game. So is Hero. There's one of the games that's worse. Firefly. Any of these Mythicon games are much, much worse than E.T. Haunted House is a fun one. Home Run I don't really like to play, but hey, the commercial has Pete Rose in it, and I'm a Reds fan, so of course I'm going to like that. Frogger. I know there's even a better Frogger on the 2600, but I don't have any Starpath Supercharger games, so go with the original Frogger there, and it's still a very good one to go with. Galaxian, that's actually my favorite version of Galaxian to play. Joust, not so much. There are better versions of Joust. Junior Pac-Man's real good. Ghostbusters was ambitious. It didn't turn out all that well, I don't think, but there are worse games on the system, of course. Jungle Hunt's a really good one down there, too. Midnight Magic, any pinball fans should actually give that a run every once in a while. And you'll see like some games where they're, you know, Maze Craze and Maze Mania are the same game. One's made by Atari, one's made by Sears. Night Driver, top one's Atari, bottom one's Sears. So it's just the way it is. Ms. Pac-Man, fantastic version of Ms. Pac-Man. There is no bad version of Ms. Pac-Man ever out there. Mario Brothers, it kind of gets the job done, but there are better versions. Moonsweeper has some really, really sweet graphics on the 2600. You guys should really give that one a try if you never have. Moon Patrol, Missile Command, Both fantastic games. Kung Fu Master is another one with great graphics. It is the same game as Kung Fu on the NES, and Kung Fu Master, I should say, has graphics that look like they should be on the NES. Millipede, another very fun, fast action game there. Kangaroo's pretty fun to play with. Up here, these two games aren't that good, but hey, it's got Chuck Norris. You can't go wrong with Chuck Norris. There's Mario, happened to be on top of the... not on the Mario stack.
Oh.
It's actually right beside the Mario stack. Chuck Norris ended up being on top of the Mario stack. Over here, I don't have the controller for Omega Race. Hopefully one of these days I'll have that. Pole position is good, but as I said, Enduro's a little bit better. Some of you may not know that Konami themselves actually put out 3 games on the system. None of them super good, but hey, there's Konami on the Atari 2600. Can't go wrong with that. Popeye, great conversion of Popeye, I think, actually. Q*bert's fun, but as I said, Boing is better. This game is worse than E.T. Pac-Man, for me, it is the most disappointing game on the 2600, especially when you could see what they did with Ms. Pac-Man and Junior Pac-Man. Pingo's a pretty good underrated game. I think you should give that a try. Pete Rose Baseball, that's the best baseball game on the 2600. It's got some pretty good graphics. Of course, it came out late in its life and was on shelves, I believe, for it was less than a year, because then Pete Rose got banned from baseball in 1989. 1-2 Punch of Pitfall. Pitfall 2 there is my favorite game on the system. Best music on the system, and plays like a game that you would find on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Sky Skipper. This one is an interesting game. If you guys don't know, Sky Skipper was an arcade game that Nintendo put out in 1981. Did not do very well in America. They only had a very few machines, but for some reason Parker Brothers bought the rights to it and put it on the Atari 2600. It's not too bad, but it's not too good either. Space Invaders. Only version I'm missing is the picture Atari version. I've got the text Sears, picture Sears. This one's actually a silver label and then a red label. So, gotta love it. And you gotta like a game that has the word Vader in it. It's time. It's Invader time. Sentinel's a really late release. It's not too bad. Secret Quest. Anybody who likes The Legend of Zelda should give Secret Quest a try. It's like they tried to put Zelda on this system. You know, it's not exact, but it's not too bad. There's another of those Mythicon games. Just awful. Just awful. Let's see, where am I at here? River Raid and Robot Tank, very fun games. Actually, these are my 2 favorite real sports games: Real Sports Tennis and Real Sports Volleyball. 3 different Star Wars games up here on the right. Empire Strikes Back is good. Arcade games, very ambitious, and it turned out alright. Stargate is just the other name for Defender 2. They had to change the name to Defender 2 because of a lawsuit. Steeplechase, one of the Sears exclusive games, only put out at Sears. And there's another one of those Konami games. There's one more out there. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's one I want to get. There's also Sega games on here, but I think more people know about that. There's that 3rd Mythicon game. And because of the title of this, they had the rights to it over in Europe, so that's why some of the earlier games were like Lilat Wing or Lilat Wars for the Star Fox series on the Super Nintendo and N64. Star Raiders, I do have the video controller. So Star Raiders, I mean, it is a very fantastic game to play. There's the other Star Wars game that's on there. Super Cobra down in here. Can't really see it too much. Super Cobra, it's underneath Super Challenge Football. It's bad. Or it's good, not bad. Zaxxon, it just didn't work on the 2600. It's a very fun arcade game. Anybody should play the arcade game. Yar's Revenge, I know that's a favorite of a lot of people out there. It is pretty good. Wizard of War, even though, you know, they had to make some compromises, that's That's a really good version. Tapper is a really good version, and you gotta love that. In the arcade, it had Budweiser at first, and then they had just root beer. Coleco version got one that just said root beer Tapper. This version, if you play it, it's sponsored by Mountain Dew. So go figure. Two of the Sword Quest games, still looking for Waterworld. Vanguard is a very nice conversion. I didn't even show the Game Boy. There's that. I didn't show that. Gotta love the Atari. There was Atari boxers of all things inside that. This is kind of tilted. And by the way, I like putting that there. So if you look at the Eiffel Tower, doesn't that just kind of look like an Atari logo to you? It does to me. Over here to the Atari 7800 games. The 7800 is really my pride and joy. Good games in this. I'm just going to name them as I go down. Asteroids. Ball Blazer. Very, very fun, like futuristic type soccer game. Centipede. Joust. Mario Brothers. Choplifter. Ms. Pac-Man. All great games. Planet Smashers, I think, is underrated. That's a pretty good game. Pole Position 2. Dig Dug. Robotron 2084. Donkey Kong Jr. Food Fight. Food Fight. That's a 7800, well, almost a 7800 exclusive. It was in arcades. It was also on the Atari 8-bit line, but Food Fight's really good. Galaga, which is actually probably my favorite game on the 7800. Very good conversion there. And Xevious. It's dangerous. It's devious. Nope. It's Xevious. And then over here, even though I don't have an Atari 8-bit computer yet, I do have some 8-bit games. Some good ones there. At least I believe they'd be good ones, because again, I've not been able to play them, unfortunately. You got Asteroids, Dig Dug. I think Deluxe Invaders is supposed to be some version of Space Invaders, but again, I don't know for sure. Donkey Kong Jr. There's the Food Fight I was talking about on the 8-bit line. Peter Butter Panic. I have no idea what that is. I want to give it a shot as soon as I ever get one of these computers. Frogger. There's Pingo again. Super Breakout. I don't think I mentioned Super Breakout on the 2600, but Super Breakout and Breakout are fun too. Jungle Hunt, Pac-Man, Wizard of War. Come down here to my TV. I've got a whole bunch of different amiibos and whatnot, but that's not why I'm coming down here. I got to go underneath the VHS DVD player with the random Joy-Con switch, and down in here, then my pride and joy right there, my Atari 7800 system with the NES controller that has the pinout for the 7800 system. That was made for me. I'm gonna have to watch my videos if it's still in there. That was made for me years and years ago by one of the people that I had made friends with. And I just want to say, guys, on Super Nintendo Mini underneath a ColecoVision flashback. There's an Intellivision flashback. But I just want to say, guys, I'm sorry that it's taken this long to get back onto YouTube here. I hope I can make friends with some of you guys again. I've had my ups and downs over the years, but I am glad to be making this video and glad to be back. Thank you all for watching. I hope to have another video soon. Bye, guys.